Guys, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having a great day and a killer start to the new year. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you everything that I use in a typical detail along with my home garage setup. I'm going to be showing you everything I did to organize my garage and make it look a little bit more appealing. A few months ago, this garage was a total mess. It was a disaster. It was dull, boring, and total disorganization. This garage setup is nothing glamorous, but it's a step in the right direction, and I'm making do with what I have. All right, guys, so we're gonna start right here in this corner, and as you can see, I have the wall mount Bissell Garage Pro wet dry garage vac. I don't use it that often, to be honest. I know it's a wet and dry vac. You can technically extract and wet vac maybe like stains and whatnot out of carpet and seats. I haven't really dabbled with it too much because, to be honest, I'm afraid to get it all wet and screwed up. I know once you start wet vacuuming things, you have to be careful and clean filters, and you know, it just puts more wear and tear on the vacuum. So I've been mainly using it for dry vacuuming, and then I use my small rigid vac over there kind of for all the messy work. But this thing is great. I specifically wanted a wall mount garage vac just because it really frees up space on the floor. I know I have that one over there on the floor as well, so I technically have two vacuums in here. But basically that rigid vac is primarily for all my mobile jobs, and then I use this one here at home. But I have it wired up. I'm pretty limited on outlets in this garage, so the nearest outlet was up on the ceiling over there. But I have it wired up that way. All I have to do is just hit the button. It has great suction, it's super powerful. It has a really long hose. It's about 35 feet, I believe, and I can pretty much access any corner of the garage with this vacuum. So it's great for walking around the vehicle, and you don't have to really drag around a vacuum with you. So that makes things super useful and super efficient. Down here I just have some extra gallon chemicals and cleaners. You have some Super Clean, Meguiar's non-acid wheel cleaner. I know that container right there, the white one says Purple Power, but that's really Super Clean. I have Meguiar's Iron Decon and a carpet cleaning solution in the back. Up here I have the diamond plated Gladiator cabinet, and in here I mostly just keep microfiber towels. Pretty much all the ones up here are all new virgin microfiber towels. I use a lot of these on very fine paintwork jobs, paint correction. A lot of these Kirkland microfiber towels, I use these for leveling out and removing ceramic coatings. I have a lot of my polishes and compounds up here, along with some clay bars. Up here is all my polishing pads, compounding pads. I have a couple of applicators up here for waxes and tire shines. Down here I don't have a whole lot, but a lot of my rags are in the wash right now. These are kind of my bottom shelf towels compared to the top shelf. These are ones that have already been used and washed quite a few times, and I use those on interiors, engine bays, etc. I usually keep a lot of my coatings here. I usually do maybe 1 or 2 coating jobs a week. I typically use C-Quartz UK 3.0, and I also use G-Technic Crystal Serum Light. I need to place an order for those because I actually do have a lot more coating jobs coming up later this month. Over here I have these magnetic bottle holders. These things come in handy with storing some extra products on any magnetic surface. I actually usually have these on the inside of my bed in my truck. So they stick right to the inside of the bed of the truck, and I can mount these there and keep chemicals, waxes, etc. on the inside of my truck with these little nifty magnetic shelves or holders, if you will. They also have little holes here so you can keep detail brushes there as well. Over here I made use of some rustic looking milk crates. I thought they'd make some interesting little storage cubbies for cleaning supplies and chemicals. I have a lot of Turtle Wax products right here. This is actually one of their new wheel and tire cleaners, which I might make a video on. I've tried it a couple times and it's actually a really, really great cleaner, especially for the money. I think it's only between $10 to $15 and it's a really, really good product. But these are basically all, for the most part, a lot of spray bottles, which are spray waxes and sealants, some tire shine. Up here I have various other products. I have rubbing alcohol. This is great for removing tree sap. I have lacquer thinner and mineral spirits in those blue containers, which is great for removing paint splatter, tar, and other like gooey substances from paint surfaces. I have some new car smell, some panel wipe spray from Chemical Guys, which is good for preparing surfaces for coatings or sealants, along with some various other products. Got a little paper towel holder here. Steam cleaner head, another vacuum attachment. These two products here are probably, the main staples for any detail: tire shine and car soap. So I have these mounted here for easy access during a detail. Right here I have my Rupes Bigfoot. To be honest, I haven't even used this polisher yet. I got it on a great sale on detailedimage.com. They have great wholesale pricing for detailers. So if you are in business for detailing yourself and you buy a lot of products year round, they have a great tiered wholesale program. I definitely recommend taking advantage of that so you can get some great deals, great discounts on products and tools for your detailing business. Over here I have various spray bottles. The first bottle is Iron X, or paint decon if you will, acid wheel cleaner, hyper dressing, clay lube, which is just water and O&R, optimum no rinse. This is acid wheel cleaner or wheel brightener by Meguiar's, and here is super clean. I have this strip lighting here on the wall. I have it mounted here, but I don't have it plugged in yet, so I need to get an extension cord, wrap that around the door, and then plug that in over there on the other side of the door. I actually had this lighting over here and the lighting over here around the windows and on this wall. This was all on the ceiling. But it didn't produce a lot of lights, so I swapped them out, got this warehouse lighting. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Over here, not entirely detailing related, but I have some brushes. My MJJC foam cannon, which is totally awesome. These guys sent it out to me to do a review video on, and I couldn't be happier. It's actually a really, really good product. But just a bunch of random tools that, most people would need in their garage, screwdrivers, all that good stuff. Over here's my little workstation, if you will. I have my wipe-off board that I use just to write notes, little reminders for myself to stay on track. DeWalt battery charger with a knockoff DeWalt battery. Those DeWalt batteries get pretty expensive, so you can get this kind of Chinese knockoff Veneta. Over here, this is the light switch for the main lights of my garage. So, like I mentioned before, I'm very, very limited on outlets in this garage. And also, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be staying here in this place. I've lived here for a couple years. This is a townhouse that I live in, so this is my townhouse garage. And my wife and I are saving up to move to a house, purchase our first actual home together. And with this housing market right now, not sure if we'll be buying anytime soon, but didn't want to do anything too permanent here. I wanted something that I can easily take out and remove and use in maybe the next garage. So these warehouse lights, I just bolted them up to the ceiling. I believe they're known as UFO styled lights. So they hang a couple inches off the ceiling. They have these unsightly cords, but I did what I could to just make it a little more appealing and less noticeable with the black wires. Have them all there to that connection point and all routed down here to this outlet, to this switch. So all I have to do, just hit this switch and that's it. That's all you need to do to turn it off. This is my new cordless Ryobi leaf blower. This is great for blowing off cars or even just general home use, but I primarily use it for blowing off cars, especially my own. I did a review video on the Works cordless leaf blower. I replaced that with this. I'll be doing a review video on this one as well. This one is definitely more powerful and it's very quiet too. You get a lot of use out of the battery as well. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be doing a video on this product very soon. Nothing too fancy, nothing too glamorous, but the Ryobi 1900 PSI 1.2 GPM pressure washer. To be honest, I don't use a pressure washer very often. I'm very old-fashioned and traditional with my wash method. I like to just use a traditional hose, but every so often, especially if it's a grimy, dirty vehicle or has those felt liners in the wheel wells, I'll whip out the pressure washer. Or if I want to do a foam cannon wash, I'll use the pressure washer. I might keep this here for home use and maybe mount it on the wall. Once it warms up a little bit, I know I'm going to be upgrading my generator, so I might be investing in a new pressure washer. If you guys have any recommendations at all for a budget-friendly and reliable electric pressure washer, drop a comment down below and let me know, because I would find that most useful. Hose hookup, hot and cold water to a splitter so I can mess around with the temperature of the water as needed. Speaking of hot water, what you can do is if you are a mobile detailer and you're dealing with the winter months, use hot water and fill up your water tank with warm water. Depending on the pump you have, you might not want to run extremely hot water, but if you can warm it up, you can, prevent water from freezing during your detail job. So highly recommend filling your water tank with warm water. If not, you can also purchase a heating element. I believe they sell for your water tank. So definitely consider that for your mobile work, especially this time of year. Up here I have various detailing junk. Just have some extra car soap, some Fast Orange. I have some towels here. I use a combination of microfiber towels and just regular short napped, I guess, bath towels, if you will, for drying. Call me old-fashioned, but that's what I've been using since I was 15, 16 years old, washing cars with my dad. That was about 17 years ago. So to me, I just find these last a lot longer. A lot of the microfiber towels you buy nowadays, especially for drying, once you wash them or get waxes on them or whatever, sometimes they lose their ability to absorb water. So can't go wrong with these. These are also great for cleaning windows as well. So I always recommend using a short napped towel. And what you can do is fold it up into fours or quarters, and you can pretty much use any window cleaner as long as you use a short napped towel. You will almost always have streak-free windows. So that's a little secret there for you. Can't clean without black gloves. If you don't have black gloves, are you even a detailer? Probably not. This tool right here is pretty handy. I found this at Walmart and it's made by Hart. I'm sure you guys, if you're a mobile detailer or a shop-based detailer, I'm sure Hart has crossed your path one way or another, especially with people talking about the ever so popular cheap Hart extractor, which is basically just a vacuum with an extractor wand on it. But Hart makes this tool that you can attach to your vacuum, and this little turbine with the brushes actually spins. So it's not really that powerful. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it can give you a little bit more of an edge when vacuuming up pet hair or sand, and can kind of help loosen up some of that grit and junk in your carpet. So definitely feel free to check that out. I'll leave a link down in the description. I have a couple pet hair brushes, vacuum attachments, some car soaps. If you check out my other videos, I did a review on this Meguiar's ceramic wash and wax. It's a pretty decent product if you want to apply some extra protection to your car while waxing. I don't use this product that often because on a lot of my customers' vehicles, I'm applying a real ceramic or a sealant, and plus, they usually need paint correction or a clay bar treatment done beforehand, so not really useful for me, but it can add some extra protection on top of a coating or sealant if you already have one. Car Pro Reset. This is probably my favorite car soap of all time, especially for maintaining my ceramic coated vehicles. This right here, the DeWalt cordless polisher, this is the backbone of my business. And I've owned this for about 3 years now, and this thing is a tank. It's a tank. If you look close up top, there's chunks missing out of the grip there. I've dropped this thing so many times. This thing is completely indestructible. I know there's a ton of polishers out there that a lot of people recommend, especially cordless ones. I haven't ventured out and tried them yet, but this thing, I can't kill it. I literally do no maintenance to it. There's nothing to it. I throw a pad on it and I just use it and go to town. I do recommend bigger batteries. get a bunch of these batteries. Like I showed you the other battery before, the Veneta knockoff DeWalt battery. Get yourself a bunch of batteries. You could do a full paint correction with this polisher. No problem at all. Just make sure you have plenty of batteries. Love it, cannot recommend it more. Also goes hand in hand with my DeWalt drill. If you have multiple batteries, you'll have batteries for your drill and your polisher. Various other supplies. I have an IK foamer that honestly I have not used yet. I bought it because I thought it was cool, and I do not know what I'm going to use it for. Probably for some type of wheel cleaner, and maybe I can foam up wheels for mobile jobs. I have some various other cleaners up here. Optimum No Rinse. Up here is my Chemical Guys Pro Blow. I use this on a lot of mobile jobs. If I'm not using the leaf blower, this is great because it's compact and it's pretty powerful too. So it's great for blowing out nooks and crannies on cars after you wash them, just to remove any water, and this way it gets out of your way when you're about to do a paint correction or a coating. This whole wall here is probably my favorite wall of the garage, if you will. Can't have a garage without a TV. I don't have cable hooked up to it or anything, but it's a smart TV, so it's connected to the Wi-Fi. You know, you can watch YouTube videos, listen to music, whatever else. I know it's not perfectly centered in between the windows, but hey, it was hard to find a stud that was right in the middle, so don't bash me too much. Step stool, must have, especially if you're a short guy like myself. McCulloch steam cleaner. This thing I think I've had for about 4 years now, and I can't kill this thing either. I can't. It's all scratched up. I've dropped it out of the back of my truck a million times. You can see there's a tab here broken off. This handle doesn't even stick there anymore. The casing on this ripped, and I just have electrical tape over it. I could buy another one, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I do have a, this is the 1385, I want to say, and I think there's a 1275 or whatever the smaller version of this is. I have that as a backup that I bought used. So if anything does happen to this one, I have the other one as a backup. To be honest, I don't do a lot of extractions. I don't do really heavy steam cleaning for really filthed out vehicles. I used to do a lot of them, but as I've been raising my prices and I have more and more repeat customers, I just don't see trashed vehicles that often. So I really don't see the point in investing in anything crazier than this. This definitely gets the job done. I mostly use the attachment that's on there now, and that's really just for blasting crumbs and grime out of nooks and crannies, cup holders, all those little buttons and dash controls, door panels, all of that, just to get all that gunky, sticky stuff out. This way you have a nice, pristine, dust-free finish. Can't detail without buckets. I know Chemical Guys gets a lot of shit, but honestly, I love their buckets. I mean, they have some pretty sexy buckets. So I have multiple ones here, one for wheels, one for the interior of the vehicle actually, which is one thing I don't really see a lot of detailers mention, is a bucket for interior detailing. So I know a lot of detailers use a lot of microfiber towels when wiping and cleaning and steaming interiors. What I do is I only use one microfiber towel. So what I do is I will fill up a bucket with warm water or cold water if I have to, and I keep a microfiber towel inside the bucket of water with various brushes, and I'll wipe off a panel or the dashboard of the interior, and then when I start to see that the towel is getting dirty, I will dunk it into the water, wring it out, and I will continue wiping down the whole interior. Spray all-purpose cleaner, brush the door panels, etc., cup holders, continue wiping with that same towel and just keep wringing it out and rinsing it in the bucket, the same way that you would if you were to wash a car. Once the water gets dirty, I will rinse the water out and maybe replace that towel and just continue going through the whole vehicle like that. And to me, I find that's the most efficient way to wipe down interior panels instead of using a million microfiber towels. Got a grit guard, got some various brushes. This thing is pretty handy. It's called the Detailing Outlaws Buckenizer. And it's a great little thing you can hook on the side of your bucket. and put all of your little detail brushes in. This way you don't have to keep them inside your bucket with a wash mitt. It's really handy, so I do recommend that. Plus you look like a badass when you're washing a car. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's nothing glamorous, it's not a huge garage space, but it's mine, and I made really good use of it. So if you have a really small garage, there's no reason why you can't use it as your detailing space, your detailing studio, whether that's cleaning your own cars, cleaning family members' cars, or depending on where you live, having customers drop off and working out of your home garage. I do really hope to have a formal shop in the future, but this is what works for me right now. I don't really see the benefit of investing in a shop right now, especially because I built my business off being mobile, and that's what my customers love. So whenever I take a poll on my Facebook page, or I just ask general questions to my customers about what they prefer, if it's mobile or shop-based, they say, hey, Tom, I don't care if I have to wait 3-4 months for a detail for you. I want you to come to my house. So this gets me through the winter months. So if you are a mobile detailer and you suffer through the winter months, I totally recommend getting yourself a home with a garage. It can save you, especially if there's inclement weather or if you need to do coatings or paint corrections. In case you guys are wondering the dimensions of this garage, it's about 13 feet wide, maybe 12 and a half, 13 feet wide, and about 22, 23 feet in length. Obviously, I made the walls look all pretty, it's all organized. We have this ugly floor, and I'm dying to do something with this floor. I might be pricing out race deck. I've priced it out a couple times, a couple different patterns. I'm not sure what I want to do. I know they make garage floor mats. I know they make the diamond plate click flooring. But what I'd probably most likely be doing is the free flow race deck tiles, which are ever so popular. Just not sure if I want to splurge and do that just yet, but if you guys have any other ideas for garage floor coverings, I'm not sure if I want to paint it or not, but drop your recommendation down below. Tell me what's worked for you. I would just maybe do the Rust-Oleum epoxy flooring kit, but I'm just nervous that it might peel up with the hot tire marks and maybe just not be as durable. But if you have any experience with that on an older floor like this, I mean, this floor isn't that old. It's probably about 10 years old, but it's pretty stained up, and I'm just worried about epoxy or paint sticking to this surface. So let me know what you guys have done for your small garage space, or hell, even your big garage space. Comment down below, let me know, and I'd love your input. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, smash it one of these. If you're new to the channel, subscribe so you don't miss future videos. I'm going to be doing more reviews on some products and some more tips and tricks for detailing, especially how to survive the winter months as a mobile detailer. And until next time, I'll see you on the next one.